Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo, and I have something very special to share with you today because I have hit the antique ephemera jackpot. So I was very lucky to stumble across a seller on eBay. So I will include the link down below in case you want to go check their shop out. They may do international shipping. But essentially, from what I can tell, they specialise in real, genuine, antique ephemera, papers, invoices, that kind of thing. And they're very, very, very reasonably priced, at least in my experience of buying this sort of stuff. So I asked in the clubhouse if anyone would like to see me do a little flip through the pieces, and the resounding answer was yes, do it. So I'm here to do a video for all of you to just share what I picked up. And my plan for these pieces, other than to use them in my journals if I can bring myself to do it, is to actually sit later this week and start scanning in the pieces to my computer, because I plan to put these into various different digital kits and things. So that's all very exciting, and because there's so much of it, I don't really know where to start. So I guess I will just dive into the middle. How's that? Let's start in the middle. Okay. So this is a lease of a dwelling, and it's dated, it's been crossed out as 1869. So this one, I mean, isn't it? This one I think I got on its own because it was so special. And there's like a 6 shilling stamp here, and that's dated as 69 as being 1869. And it opens up as this full, huge, great big thing. Obviously you're not going to see all of it, but isn't that penmanship just, isn't it? Just exquisite. And that's the whole thing there. And interestingly, here is the dwelling. Here is what they are leasing from James Lord Esquire. Yelverton Road, which, does it say where it is? Oh, Surrey. There you go, Surrey. So it's a British piece. I think most of these will be British. Okay, and then I've got these pieces. So I can't remember how I bundled things up, but essentially I've got some pieces here. So I've got 1925 as this little invoice. This one is from 1853. So I think this might have all been in a bundle as being pertaining to a particular estate in something to do with Leek, or it was something related to Leek, wherever that is. I'm afraid I don't know. But this one is like, excuse me, a very scribbly, scribbly letter. Looks like it's relating to how much somebody owes them, because there's lots of transactions on that one. So yeah, the pieces are all very varied, all very interesting. Isn't that just like, and look at how grumby, I was gonna say grungy and old this is looking. Yeah, that's really, oof, old and old. And then I've got this piece. I haven't looked at these properly because I wanted to wait to do it with you. I did just have a little quick look through to make sure I had everything I'd bought. So this is like an executor estate piece. Balance is due. Sort of like a ledger piece, I guess. So yeah, there's a lot of variety in here, and there's a lot of stunning invoices which I can't wait to share with you soon as well. Yes, this bundle is related to Leek, wherever that is. So this one is from Christmas 1915, and this is presumably receipts. What did they buy? Crocuses, holly. Not sure what the rest of that says. And then this one has just some information about the dwellings in Leek that this estate documents are related to. Oh, look at this. Isn't this lovely? This is from 1903. So these are some of the, believe it or not, newer pieces. This one is 1885. And this one looks to be a letter February 1885. Well, that's very fitting considering I'm filming this in February. This one is 1893, March. Another lovely letter. The paper feels really nice. I really wish you could feel it in person because it's got such a lovely, lovely texture. This one is 1878, beautiful letter. I love this with the blue. Westbourne Terrace, Hyde Park. This one is a letter related to Norfolk, 1895. Looks like a letter to or from an engineer. And this is a letter from 1896. So yeah, we're starting to get into the older pieces. And it just feels so lovely, and I just love that it's got, you know, the original like creasing and the grunginess. So I really hope that when I come to scan them in, I hope that the scanner can pick some of those details up, because it just makes them feel, you know, even more authentic. So I believe these pieces, I put them together as blue. So I was thinking maybe I should do like, I'm not set on this, it depends how things scan in and how they print off, but I was thinking I should do something like a blue bundle, maybe do a mix and match, but I was thinking maybe I should separate some of the blues. So these are some of the invoices. So some of the pieces are from related to Glasgow. So we've got some Scottish ephemera. So this one is 1893, this one was 1896. Again, this is some receipts. This one, I think that's either 1896 or 1886. It has, you know, a hole through it. Beautiful. I just love all of this, you know. Oh, 1886, this one. And then we've got some bright blue. So this is interesting. This is a wholesale stationer. Again, Glasgow, but I loved all of this like swirly detail. I hope that the camera is picking that up. Beautiful, aren't they? And then we've got a big, oh look at this, ink smudges. I love that. Just these little details are so interesting. So this is a plumber's, again related to Glasgow, but I absolutely love the little ink smudging. I'll definitely be scanning this one. Again, receipts, ledger type of situation. And then yeah, lots of folds in this one, so I'm hoping that the scanner will pick that up, because I think that would be really interesting if we were to print these off. Here we've got, oh, that says, what date is this one? Oh, this one's 1881. So yeah, really old pieces. And this one, I think that says 1890. This one's for Glasgow as well. I hope you're enjoying seeing these. I just, I wanted to share them, and yeah, I asked in the clubhouse, and the ladies were like, yes, do you really have to ask whether I should share them? So this one is, ooh, 1867, Glasgow. But considering how old they are, they're in such good condition, so I will do my absolute best to look after these. Again, Glasgow, you see all this swirling detail, 1895. But the seller on eBay, they had lots of different bundles, so I did, gosh, I spent quite a while choosing what I wanted. What's this one? That's either 1870 or 1890. Can't quite make out whether that's a 7 or a 9. That's also Glasgow. But yeah, I went through and picked out what I wanted to use. 1888. I was really looking for pieces that I thought would be really interesting to scan in, and you know, this typography and the penmanship and just some of those interesting details. And that says 1864 up there. And this is for a printers in Holborn. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But all of these, from what I understand, are British ephemera. So I thought that would be really interesting. 1870. Because a lot of the pieces you do see are French. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I absolutely love how French stuff looks. But it's interesting to get some pieces that are British. And then here, again, blue. 1895, and this is an acknowledgement of aid to production of deeds. That can't be right. Something to do with the deed. It's hard to pick out the writing sometimes, but you see that? That's the whole way. It's such a big piece. It's like an A3 sheet of paper. And you see here with the folds, where it's gone slightly light across the folds, where it's lost some of the blue dye. I really hope that's going to be interesting. I have no idea how I'm going to scan such a big piece in, because I think my scanner is only A4. But I'll do my best with these pieces, because I really want to make them available to lots of people, which is where the scanning comes in, hopefully. So that's all the pieces that I considered sort of blue. As I said, I don't know if I will do the kits split up by colour or anything, but I just thought, yeah, it might be an interesting way to do it. I haven't quite decided, but we shall see. And then we've got all these pieces as well. Yeah, I'll be here for a while looking through these with you, so I hope you don't mind. This, it feels really lovely. The paper it's got such an interesting texture. I can't describe it. I'm just trying to look for a date on this one. Up here it says 1789, but I'm thinking it can't be that old. Here it says 1887, so I think it's probably more like that, because all of the pieces really were from those sort of late 1800s sort of age era. This one's 1887. It's the same paper type, so yeah, I think those must be that age. But yeah, still ridiculously old. And as you can see, it's such good condition. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely do my best to look after them. I wanted to mention, they all came in these sort of, it's got plastic on the front and then like greaseproof paper on the back. Everything was individually wrapped in these. So I have lots of those to use in my journaling, but it just goes to show how the seller did put a lot of effort into keeping them pristine. This one is 1890, Mistress's Quarterly Statement for Infant School. Oops. So this looks to be an invoice for a teacher. So it talks about their salary for the quarter, how much to get paid. 1890, and you see these beautiful purple stamps, aren't they lovely? So yeah, really, really nice. Now that says, does that say 1707? Does it really? Okay, this might be the oldest piece. So this is a letter. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Could you imagine this being your signature? You know? Beautiful. Got another invoice here. 1899. For agricultural implements, tin plate workers and coppersmiths. Isn't it so interesting? Because, yeah, it's just, yeah, really, really interesting. I think so anyway. 1819. Well, this is interesting. It's like, I don't know if you can see on the back there, but the text up here, so where it says to James Sutcliffe and the street name, it's almost like stamped into the paper, so it's almost got like an embossed feel across that one. Obviously I don't think the scanner would pick up such things, but to have it in your hand is really, really nice. 1871. Doctor to the Mayor, Aldermen and Burgesses of the Borough of Salford, with the crest. Here we've got iron, steel, coke and chain merchants. So yeah, these are the ones where, can you see that, just the typography up here? Those ones I thought would be so interesting to be able to scan in. 1880. Really beautiful. You see here again, this is for a builder. Could you imagine if, you know, you had your fence done, or your builder came, you know, sort of thing. Could you imagine if they produced documents like this with all this fancy lettering? These days you wouldn't know what to think, would you? But back then they really did know how to make everything seem special. Of course it came with, you know, the idea that these things came from people with money and you had to have money to have these things, but yeah, so special to be able to look at them now today. Wholesale Stationers, Glasgow again. I don't know what this bundle is. I feel like this is just the pieces that I felt were more random, didn't really fit into like a category or something. Paper manufacturers. Wholesale and Retail Stationer. To Alex Pettigrew. Bookseller, newsagent, bookbinder. I think some of them, yeah, some of them were stationery related, that's right. I remember picking those because I thought that would be really interesting for those of us, you know, obviously we do junk journaling and we make our own books and stuff. 1887, that one. So I thought that would be especially interesting to have. A purple stamp down here. I think that says 1860, 1870. Either way, very old. Very, very, very old. Printer, Stationer, Bookbinder, 1899. Interestingly, these ones were from Leek as well. I must Google it and find out where that is. Manchester, 1879. That's for wholesale stationer as well. Oh, would you look at this one? Look at this. So this is, I think this is London, 1885, I think that says. But you see all this, and even just the word London, I don't know, just here, picking it up, they've really, 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 you know, gone to town with the typography. 1880, this one, and this one has nice tears and things. That will be interesting in the scanner. I've never scanned ephemera in, so I hope that it will go okay. But I just thought it would be a really good way to be able to share these. Obviously these will be, I'll be using these in journals and things, but 1883, nice purple stamp there. Just trying to work out who it is on the stamp. Had we got to Victoria, Queen Victoria by that point? I'm not sure. It does look like a woman though, so I can't remember when she came into power. Printers, stationers, bookbinder. Interestingly, they keep saying doctor. Did you have to be a doctor of bookbinding? 1888. This is interesting, saying that here about charity and stuff up here, and then it's just, oh there, look at that. They've like written on the back of like a leaflet or something. Well, that's really fun. Yeah, I like that. I'm still going. I really did buy a lot, didn't I? But honestly, I think in total, given how much you've seen today so far, I think I spent about, it was about £35, I think, including postage, which is probably around about, what, $40, $45, something like that, 1892. But honestly, I've gotten so much here. I'm going to be here for weeks scanning this in, but I don't mind. I think this will be very interesting to be able to offer. 1880, Huddersfield. And 1894. So yeah, you can see that it's all from those late 1800 sort of years. So in case anyone is wondering with regards to copyright, generally speaking, unless the copyright has been renewed, if it's over 100 years, so antique, that's the official definition of antique, it can be scanned in and used in a digital way, even commercially. 1891. So all of these fit within that. Even the piece that was 1925, because we're now in 2025, that comes into being able to be commercially used that way this year. But most of these are from the 1800s, which is well within the limits. So that one's for house painters and decorators, 1881, I think that says, also Glasgow. Can you see there where they've got the typography at the top? This is from the 1881 again. Oh, would you look at the back of that? Look at all this, where that's really come through as staining. Look at how grungy that is. So this is a piece, for example, where I'll try to get, you know, the front and back, not just because we've got this, but because we've got all of that interesting staining on it. James Kerr, 1895. Fun story, my head of year through secondary school was Mr. Kerr, same spelling. 1895. Not necessarily related, but you never know. A glazer, lead and zinc windows to order, putty, wholesale and retail, 1885. Beautiful on the back. That one is very pristine. There's like no grunginess to this one. Is that Gatterall and Co? Plumber, gas fitter. Look at this stamp down here, a 1p stamp. And then some more ink smudging. That one is from 1867. 1866 it says there. It says there 1867. So yeah, I think those pieces are probably the oldest that I've got. Metal merchant. You see there's so much variety in here in terms of like trade and industry. 1881, iron and commission merchant. Well, that one's got a lot of interesting staining on the back as well. 1865, oh, this one feels really, look at that. You see where it's all been folded and it's really grungied up along the edges. Van and lorry builder. Audited. Oh, someone will get in trouble with the tax man. No, I'm joking. I think that says 1907. Oh, look at that. I just love these little ink smudges down there. They're so interesting. Well, this feels lovely. This is really nice paper again. I think that's to do with roads. Road merchant, 1884. A nice stamp again. They liked their purple stamps, didn't they? Lots of those. So I do have some other ephemera that I already had prior to buying these, which I'll be scanning in as well. It's been on my list for such a long time, at least a year, if not longer. So I'm glad to finally, you know, be convinced I'm going to sit down for this week and just sit there at my computer and just scan them in, and start piecing them together as to how I'm going to offer them. Obviously, I'm thinking I'll do some bundles, 1880, that one. I'll do some bundles that will be just the ephemera on its own. So these pieces can be, you know, printed on papers. And then I'll probably look to use the scans in digital artwork that I'll then obviously add my images and things to. Because I imagine that I could use these, you know, a few times over. 1895, and that's that James Kerr again. So as you can see, I got an absolute ton of ephemera. So I will be here for a while scanning these, but I hope that you have enjoyed seeing them. And yeah, I'm really excited to be able to share these. So Keep an eye out for the digitals if you are interested in having, you know, printouts of these. All being well, fingers crossed. And other than that, I guess these will just pop up in my journals when I use them, if I can bring myself to use them. Really, for me, I would probably just, you know, pop them in pockets and things, and I wouldn't ever, like personally, the originals, I couldn't tear them up and all the rest of it. I would have to just keep them as the whole piece. But certainly the digitals could be an interesting one to be able to, you know, fold and cut and tear in different ways maybe. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing them. Thanks so much for joining me for this little video. Hopefully I wasn't too long going through those, but as I said, I just really wanted to have a good look at them and be able to share them with you. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing them. And thanks so much for watching, and we'll speak very soon. Bye bye for now.